Hello, all you beautiful people out there. I am Mrs. Realistic. Welcome once again back to the channel. Apparently I've missed this one, and it's a crying shame, and I've said it before, there are videos of wrens that I have missed. So I plan to remedy that today. I'm sure there's other ones still, but this is Wren and Dominoes. It's always a good day when it's a Wren day. If you like what I do, please don't forget to like and subscribe, drop a comment down below, click the bell for notifications so that you will always know when another video comes out. And without further ado, let's get into it.
Oh, you build this like dominoes, dominoes, dominoes falling. Oh, you build this like dominoes, dominoes, dominoes falling. You build us up just to knock us back down. Funny how you act surprised when we hit the ground. We're like dominoes, dominoes, dominoes falling. So bleed me of all my self-belief. My smile shows all my insecurity. In a kingdom of Photoshop, kings and queens will never feel happy with ourselves, but insecurity sells. Dominoes, dominoes, dominoes falling. Oh, you build us like dominoes, dominoes, dominoes falling. You build us up just to knock us back down. Funny how you act surprised when we hit the ground. We're like dominoes, dominoes, dominoes falling. I hide my head under the sheets, 'cause how can I face a world that ridicules the weak? Where beauty is sold on the shelves, forbid that we find it in ourselves. And now I'm broke, it don't come cheap. Oh, you build this like dominoes, dominoes, dominoes falling.
I love how he's added extra layers here.
Oh, you build this like dominoes, dominoes, dominoes falling. You build us up just to knock us back down. Funny how you act surprised when we hit the ground. We're like dominoes, dominoes, dominoes falling. Araya was the most beautiful girl in this world. She shined like diamonds and rubies and pearls. But then, as soon as she turned 13, she forgot just how bright that it was that she gleamed. Stuck in the material world of magazines that glamourize fake and Photoshop beauty queens. Top 10 beauty tips making her feel inadequate. For the first time in her life, she felt ugly. So Araya stopped eating to lose weight. She spent her dinner money on some makeup for her face. But no matter how much she lost or how much she bought, she was never good enough, or so she thought. Araya felt she could never be loved. She started cutting her wrists and hiding her scars with gloves. At 16, an anorexic beauty queen, she collapses in a puddle of her tears and blood, 'cause she never felt enough. She never felt enough. Your sellers sold this lie that we must buy to keep in touch. We can never buy enough, never buy enough. All the riches in the world can't buy a sense of self-love. Funny how you act surprised when depression's levels rise, when you force feed inadequacy straight into our eyes. Television shows that praise the beautiful people, and talent competitions that just laugh at the feeble. Billboards, magazines, people turn to plasticine, molded like a factory. We're growing up to fear feeling ugly. It's lunacy, and not even a community, 'cause insecurity breeds judgment, judgment breeds hate, no unity. And hierarchy based upon aesthetics is what makes a kid in school get bullied for genetics. And I felt so ugly growing up. The way that I look sometimes got me beaten up. I mean, what the fuck sort of culture do we live in, when we're defined by the shape of our face, when we're ashamed by the size of our waist, when we're imprisoned by the form that we take? And so we keep buying and spending. That's just how this story goes. You build us up just to knock us back down, and we just keep falling like dominoes.
Oh, man. He always knows how to write it perfectly. And I've done many videos, and I just did one about that, about the TikTok and Instagram influencers who push all of this stuff, and young kids who have cell phones who are force-fed this stuff all day long. And how are they ever going to feel like they measure up? How are they ever going to feel like they're good enough when there's something that's better that they're constantly looking at? Something that tells them that they're not as good as. When I was younger, like I've said in other videos, we didn't have the internet. We didn't have cell phones. We had magazines, which were bad enough because they're all photoshopped. We might have one magazine that we look at every so often because we didn't have money to buy it. But now kids have cell phones that are paid for by their parents. This is one of the reasons I have kept my children off of social media. This is one of the reasons why they don't have smartphones. Our older daughter has a phone that looks like a smartphone, but it does not have access to the internet. She is at that age now where she is what those people prey on. Insecurities of going through puberty, of growing up and growing into a woman. I don't ever want her to think that she's not good enough. I don't ever want my sons to think they don't measure up because they don't have the latest and greatest. And we all see ourselves in a completely different light than what other people see. When I look at Ren, I see somebody who got everything in the looks department. To just look at him, you would think, man, that dude got everything. He got it. He got all the looks, he got all the talent, lucky guy. So to think that as a younger kid, he got bullied and beat up is so bizarre to me. And he's right. We get bullied, we get made fun of for things that we have no control over. I used to get made fun of because I was short, as if I have any control over how tall I get. Like the girl in the story thinking that she's too fat or she's not pretty. Probably once she reached puberty and her body started changing, if she could just get to this weight or if she could just get this kind of makeup, she would be happy. And that is one of the problems with social media and the society now that tells you you have to look a certain way to be accepted. Women aren't allowed to age. Aging is seen as something disgusting. You better stop it. You better pump your face full of fillers and Botox. I know so many women who don't need to do any of that stuff. And then once they start doing it, they all start to look the same. And I kind of fear for the future generations. It's like, are people going to know what normal people look like anymore? Are regular people who don't do anything going to be the weirdos? It seems to be so accepted and kind of pushed. Maybe we will only see people like myself in old textbooks. This is what a normal human being looks like. I don't know. But the more you do, the more you pick yourself apart, the more you're going to want to do. And that's the sad reality of plastic surgery. You're never going to look at yourself and think, perfect. I'm done. I don't need to do anything else. I think that's the merry-go-round that you get stuck on. I kind of feel like we're going off a cliff like a bunch of lemmings. There will always be standards of beauty. There will always be people who are seen as more beautiful than other people. But somehow we need to be able to find happiness in the things that are special and unique about ourselves, because all of that other stuff is just band-aids. Unless you deal with the problem, another nip and tuck is not going to make you happy. Eventually, it just becomes body dysmorphia. And especially with things like anorexia, they see themselves as fat. And the rest of us look from the outside going, you look like a skeleton. How can you not see that? So there's a connection off in there somewhere that they can't see what we see. I know I'm completely guilty of it. I hate aging. I don't like getting older. I don't like that I don't look like I used to. I don't have the energy that I used to. I don't have the body that I used to. I don't have the face that I used to. But I need to somehow find a way to be okay with it, because you can't rewind time. There's nothing I can do about it. We all age and we will all die someday. So if you live your life constantly miserable, on your deathbed, you're going to look back and think, I wasted all those years on something completely meaningless. It is just like dominoes, and it's a domino effect. Now, let's all hope that Ren is getting wonderful treatment. Once again, I know he's in Canada, and I heard that he has a bunch of friends with him, which I think will make this process so much better for him and so much less stressful. He won't feel so alone. If anyone deserves a break, it is Ren. So everybody out there, continue your prayers for him. We love you, Ren. All of us renegades out here are rooting for you. So I hope everybody out there is having a wonderful day. And as I always say, we'll see you in the next one. Peace.